Welcome everyone to the first 5 nights at Freddy's newscast. In this space we will be covering all the news and updates related to the long-awaited sequel to the film, keeping you informed with the most important details until the day of its release. The first images revealed include some official logos and a sign showing the official release date for the second installment. These promotional elements are an exciting teaser for 5 Nights at Freddy's fans, as they not only confirm that production is moving forward, but also begin to shape the visual identity that the film adaptation will have. The official logos continue to maintain the style of the first film. However, the most striking logo is the one that includes purple letters that could allude to the franchise's great villain. Perhaps this means that during the film we will explore more about William Afton's past, which means that we will have more screen time for Matthew Lillard, unlike what happened in the first installment, which his time was really short. The sign with the official release date is an important milestone, as it confirms when fans will finally be able to see the film in theaters. The first design revealed was Toy Bonnie, which looks really cool. The shape and details are practically identical to those we saw in 5 Nights at Freddy's 2, which shows a great effort by the production team to capture the essence of the character. Although the animatronics shown so far are not painted, they still seem to be in an intermediate stage of development. Hopefully once they are finished, all the toy animatronics have that shiny finish that characterizes them so much in the game. The texture of the plastic is one of the elements that really stands out in these designs, giving them a renewed look in contrast to the animatronics from the first film that had a more fur-like texture. The image also shows a worker from Jim Henson's Creature Shop finishing Toy Bonnie's ears. The studio already demonstrated its high-quality work in the first film, which undoubtedly excites fans who are hoping for an authentic representation of these characters on screen. In this second image we see Toy Bonnie's eyes, which are made of fiberglass, giving them a very realistic look and a reflective shine. The choice of this material, just like in the first film, is a success, as it allows to capture that peculiar reflection that the character's eyes have in the game, providing a sense of life that could intensify the visual impact of the animatronic. Hopefully, just like in 5 Nights at Freddy's 2, Toy Bonnie's eyes can experience changes in their pupils during the most tense scenes. In the game, the way the pupils expand and contract adds an extra element of terror, making the character more intimidating and disturbing. It would be great to see that feature brought to the cinema. This small, seemingly simple detail could make a big difference in how the animatronic is perceived at key moments in the film. In this third image we can see the fully assembled head of Toy Bonnie with its respective details such as eyebrows, eyelashes and eyelids. However, there is a notable change: the eyelids are now black, unlike the purple color they have in the original game. This detail could be a provisional design decision, since the project still seems to be in a development stage, or it could even be an intentional change to give the character a more somber and sinister look. Another aspect that draws attention are the visible marks on the face of the animatronic. These lines are reminiscent of the Funtime animatronics due to the way they are distributed, which could suggest a more articulated design in this version of Toy Bonnie. However, it is likely that these are marks left by the 3D printing process and have not yet been polished. It is very common that in the initial stages of manufacturing the printed models have these lines, which are later eliminated to obtain a completely smooth surface before applying the final paint. This other image reveals Toy Freddy's head, and there's no doubt that it looks great. The attention to detail is evident, with the rounded shape of the face perfectly capturing the style of the toy animatronics. However, there is one small detail that stands out: the freckles on his snout appear to be larger than usual. In the original game, Toy Freddy's freckles are a subtle feature that add a childlike touch to his design. In this cinematic version, the increased size of the freckles could be an artistic decision to give him a more pronounced character, or perhaps a simple difference in the modeling that is still in the process of being fine-tuned. Despite this small detail, it promises a faithful representation of the character, maintaining the essence of Toy Freddy that fans remember. This other image reveals the process of creating the Toy Chica animatronic, and it's truly fascinating to observe the level of detail involved. We can clearly see the mold used to shape her head, giving an insight into the meticulous work behind building such a complex animatronic. Using molds in the manufacture of animatronics not only ensures consistency and proportions, but also allows for specific textures and details to be added at later stages. In this image you can see Mangle's head, and it's interesting to note that it appears to be made up of detachable pieces, which matches what the guy on the phone describes during the nights of the second game. The visible segmentation on his head suggests that the film version of Mangle may incorporate that same concept of pieces that can be assembled and separated. While it can't be confirmed for certain if this segmentation will be part of the final design or if it's just a phase of the construction process, the idea of the pieces being detachable would really add a unique detail to this version of Mangle. Furthermore, his full body has already been shown previously, although in the form of a small mock-up. In this preview we can get a glimpse of what the character will look like in its entirety, giving a better idea of its proportions and the level of detail it will have in the final version. In this image we finally get to see another range of animatronics, specifically the Withered Bonnie's head. It's intriguing to note that it has a reference human head inside. Just like in the first film, it's possible that the animatronics will serve a dual function. One for animatronic mode, in which they would move with robotic mechanisms, and another for the use of a specialized actor, who due to his versatility would surely play the role in most scenes. In this other image we can see a body in the making, and while it appears to be that of a Withered Bonnie, there's also the possibility that it's another animatronic in the process of being manufactured. The animatronic's incomplete state and lack of distinctive details make it difficult to pinpoint which character it belongs to, leaving it open to speculation. In this other image we can deduce that they are parts of an endoskeleton, although this is not certain, perhaps they are other pieces of a different animatronic. In this image we can see the three withered animatronics in the process of being created, with Chica standing out on the right side. Next to her are Freddy and Foxy, forming the iconic trio that fans of the franchise will immediately recognize. The image suggests that the production team is simultaneously moving forward with the construction of these characters to ensure consistency in their deteriorated and terrifying appearance. Something interesting is the inclusion of sketches of the animatronics in the background, which provide a glimpse into how the details of each one are being planned. These sketches serve as guides for the modeling and creation of the physical pieces. However, a curious detail is that Bonnie's sketch features a sky blue color similar to the one he had in the first film. This could be a clue that some continuity is being maintained between the cinematic representations. An image was also shown of a fully finished Withered Freddy, although unfortunately we can't see him in full body. What we can see is that he will have a very similar fur texture to the one he had in the first film. In this last image, we can see a more detailed view of the Withered Foxy, with the damage marks that characterize the character clearly visible on the right side of his face. The attention to detail is truly remarkable. The shape of the head is identical to its counterpart from Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which demonstrates a great effort by the design team to faithfully capture the essence of the character.